Or not.
What?
Or not.
What happened?
I don't know. It's not recording. What the hell's wrong with my internet today? It's not recording. Yeah, the storm may have slowed it down. I don't know.
Whoa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to High Scores and High Spots. This is episode 16. Today on the show, we're going to be talking a Vince McMahon update, a Triple H update, news on Johnathon Gresham's future in AEW, plus Death Before Dishonor, and some video game news and releases. I am Ryan. With me again is my co-host, my brother, Nathan.
Man, Ryan, we got a lot of good news, but I got some bad news for you.
Yeah. We're going to kick things off with the video games. We're going to pick up that controller, smash the buttons, and get into video games. And yes, we are going to start with some somber news. News that have really touched my heart. And it really just, man. So if you've been in the loop, you have known that Ubisoft was going to be making a new Splinter Cell game for the VR.
Oh, I got double bad news. That's not the bad news I had.
And I know the Ubisoft. Here's the thing, Ubisoft. I don't know what's going on. They may be. They're kind of falling apart here because they recently announced that they're canceling 4 games. Of those games is the Splinter Cell VR game. Ghost Recon Frontline also has been canceled, and then 2 other unannounced games. Ghost Recon Frontline was supposed to be like, it was pretty highly. It was going to be a free-to-play multiplayer online game like Warzone, and it's been denied. It's been canceled. And then also the Splinter Cell VR game, which I was super looking forward to, has been canceled as well.
Yeah, and also, Ryan, another game that you've been you reviewed it on this channel on our podcast, and you kind of liked it, and it's about to not be supported anymore. It's really going to break your heart. Roller Champions.
Yeah. So there was rumors of that game being canceled. Ubisoft has put out a statement saying that it was Giant Bomb journalist Jeff Grubb said he'd heard from a source that Roller Champions is going to be canceled after season 3. We're currently in season 1. But in a statement released Monday, Ubisoft denied it was planning to axe the free-to-play game. It says, here's their statement. Hello, champions. Let's clear it out of the way first. Roller Champions isn't getting canceled, and Ubisoft fully supports it. What the Roller Champions dev team is doing is making sure we focus on what our players have told us need improvement, and that supersedes all other priorities. To that end, Ubisoft is extending the length of the game's current season, Disco Fever, for 2 main reasons. The first is to release a patch that includes cross-invite so we can deliver on the game's promise of being a resolutely social experience. The second is to give the team more time to solve the issues players have voiced as irritants. As far as the content is concerned, we can tell you that we've got exciting stuff planned for the next 2 seasons. So they are apparently still keeping this team around.
There you go. Ubisoft kind of softened the blow there for Ryan. They left one of your games alone.
In other Ubisoft news, the next Assassin's Creed game is reportedly being delayed until spring 2023. Is not officially announced, but Bloomberg announced that they were planning on releasing a smaller scale, stealth-focused Assassin's Creed game this year. And now it's being reported that it's going to be delayed next year. Reportedly, the game is going to take place in the Middle East. It's also Thursday. Ubisoft said it has delayed Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora and a smaller unannounced premium game to April 2023, which is, according to everybody, that small game was the Assassin's Creed game. So I don't know what's going on with Ubisoft. Ubisoft does not appear to be okay.
No, they make a lot of games, but apparently they don't make a lot of money.
Yeah, so it's canceling all these games, and delaying games. It doesn't sound like Ubisoft is doing okay, and their only game that's really doing well is a free-to-play game. So I don't know. They're one of the biggest studios out there, and if they're having trouble, this is not going to be. I don't know what that's going to. You know what I mean? I don't know what that could lead. Could this be another scenario where they go out of business and then, Sony or Microsoft snoops up another game company? Could be.
That could happen.
I don't know. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Ryan, I got a question for you. Do you like boobies?
Do I like boobies?
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't? Yeah.
But would you want your son to see boobies in a game?
Oh boy. Well, where's this heading?
The new Bayonetta game, Ryan. It's rated M for mature, like the other two Bayonetta games, but it's including a naive angel mode, where all of the graphic, brief nudity stuff is covered up with different clothes. So that way, if a younger person is playing the game, they don't see all the graphic nudity that they see if you play without the naive angel mode. How do you feel about it, Ryan?
I mean, I don't understand if it's a game rated M for mature, why, they're worried about kids playing it. I mean, if it's rated M for mature, parents should know that, and that shouldn't be but I guess it is cool, that they're looking out for everybody. But again, if it's a rated M game, you didn't see Grand Theft Auto, censoring shit. So it's rated M for a reason. I mean, that's cool that they're trying to, I guess, make it for everybody, but at the same time, it's an adult game. So why would a kid want to play it or should be playing it's another thing. But that's cool. These companies now are just doing insane shit with their games now. Like every game, it's like new dumb stuff coming out, and I don't know. EA is reportedly working on a single-player open-world Black Panther game. Again, this is from Giant Bomb. The title is in the early stages of development and is very likely being produced at a recently established EA studio. A single-player game earlier in development, and the game starts with Black Panther being dead. And then you basically become the new Black Panther, and then that's the game. So, big open world. I mean, I am not a huge Marvel fan. I don't know a whole lot about Black Panther, but I do know where he's from is a pretty cool place. So that could be pretty cool to have a game set in that world, Wakanda. Yeah. So hey, going down the roads of Spider-Man, they made an open world game, so this would be pretty much kind of the same thing, I would say. So pretty cool. It is EA though, so I have my doubts.
Yeah, you never know about EA. They can throw some crap into. Ron, what kind of releases have we got this week?
We have a release coming in August 30th, Nathan. The TMNT Cowabunga collection is officially out August 30th. Just let you know.
Woo! I'm pumped for that.
So
I wasn't until I saw those cleaned up graphics.
Hell,
Now I'm
dude,
pumped.
yeah, it looks great. I'm definitely gonna. It's only $30 too, $40 or something.
Yeah.
So not too bad for they cleaned it up. If it would have just been the games by themselves, I wouldn't have cared. But yeah. Right. So we're looking at the games from February. July 25th through July 31st. A lot of PC games here earlier, so I'm not going to really get into those. Aliens Fireteam Elite Season 4 comes out. Story of Seasons, The Pioneers of Olive Town is out for PS4, Switch, or PS4 and Xbox One. It's already been on Switch, so it's coming to the other consoles. Noel, The Mortal Fate is coming out to PS4, Xbox One, and it's already out on everybody else. Just coming to the Xbox One. I'm not sure what that's about. Train Valley is coming to Switch and PS4 and Xbox One. You build railways. You can play in Europe, America, Japan, or the USSR in 1830 all the way up to 2020.
I'm gonna do Japan so I can use those bullet trains. Yeah.
So it's basically, you got all the years that trains have been around. That's pretty cool. Path of Titans, which looks like a dinosaur game, is coming to everything. Okay, come on, internet. Hunt Showdown Serpent Moon is coming to Xbox One. The Legend of Heroes Kuro no Kiseki is coming to PC. This game, Lord Winklebottom Investigates. It's got a giraffe in a suit. I am not sure what this is for because my internet is decided to. It's coming to PS4, Xbox One. So there you go. I guess you play as an investigative giraffe.
So this is what the giraffe from Toys R Us is up to now. He's an investigative reporter.
Lord
Attaboy, Jeffrey.
Investigates. Yeah. 1920s murder mystery point and click adventure where you play as a giraffe detective.
Why is it? What?
So it's a period piece where you play as a giraffe.
I don't. Who the fuck?
Captain Velvet Meteor: The Jump Plus Dimensions comes to the Switch on July 28th. Lost Epic comes to PS5. Loot Light is coming to Xbox One and PS4. Azure Striker Gen Volt 3 for the Switch. The High School Years for The Sims 4 expansion pack comes out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
A lot of PC games here. Uoni is coming to Switch. July 29th, we've got RimWorld Console Edition for the Xbox One and PS4. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for the Switch. Digimon Survive for the Switch. And then August 1st, we got The Gallery for the Xbox One. PS4 and the Switch. It is a live action game, like real actual people, and basically I've played one of these games before, so this takes the games I like where it's decisions, but it puts it as like an actual movie. So it's actually, I have played one before. They're not too bad. It's like watching a movie, but then you have to make a choice here and there. But that's about all we got. So really the only big one is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Everything else is a little bit weird and out there.
Right.
But I might have to check out World Winklebottom Investigates. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently, it's a British game too, so I can't wait. I can't wait for that British humor that I don't understand. But I might have to check that game out.
All right, let's get into the world of wrestling, Ryan. Well, not much in the way of video games today. So
we're gonna kind of speed on here. We're gonna ring the bell, jump in the ring, and get into the high spots, the world of professional wrestling. Before we get into the results, we have more news regarding Triple H's new roles in WWE. Not only, as we talked about on the last show, that he was named head of talent relations, he has now been named head of WWE Creative.
That is huge. People have fantasized about this, Ryan, for about 7 years.
We've talked about this, just me and you, like not on a podcast. We talked about we always wanted Triple H to take over. So here we go. I don't expect any changes like right now, obviously, anytime soon. But over the next year or so, I would see slow introductions of his style and slow. They can't do a sudden change.
You never know. They did it with his show NXT. He could be like, "Fuck you, we're doing it."
I mean, they could do that, but I don't see him doing it on Raw and SmackDown. But I do say, I do think
this could be insane. I don't know though. I don't know. We're about to find out if Triple H, back when people were asking him about this, if he was just company speaking, or if he really believed what he was saying. Because before, what he said was that main roster was pop music and NXT was grunge. But now we're about to find out if that was just what Vince McMahon's words were, or if that's really what Triple H feels. Because he could do some actual wrestling now on main roster.
Yeah, so reportedly Bruce Pritchard's still going to be around. He's going to work under Triple H, which, what people are saying that's a bad thing, but we've never seen Bruce Pritchard without Vince. So
yeah,
you don't know what this could be without the Vince McMahon saying, yes, no, we're going to do it my way. This could be a lot different. You got writers who are pretty talented that could come up with something. Triple H, like, yeah, fuck it, let's run with it.
Yeah.
Also, it's being reported that sometimes, who knows when, but Kevin Dunn is reportedly going to be leaving soon too. The longtime producer.
Yeah, him and Stephanie don't get along.
So hopefully he will get out there. I'd hate to see people lose their jobs, but Kevin Dunn is a fucking idiot. And I want to see him gone. So, Triple H taking over creative. Obviously, like I said, it'll probably take time for us to see any real significant changes. Or it could happen tonight. You never know on Raw.
I think some major changes that we'll see immediately are going to be some wrestlers might be getting booked a little better than what they were before.
I do see the booking style changing a little bit of who he pushes and who he doesn't push. Obviously, he has a style that he likes that's different from Vince. And so, yeah, we could see some people changing. I could see some names being changed again, just because maybe going, like Pete Dunne. That you never know, because Triple H, Stephanie in charge now is essentially Stephanie. She could walk back a lot of those edicts that Vince had, where it's like, we're not gonna, if you have a person part of your name, we're gonna, you know what I mean, we're gonna make you change your name. They may go away from that. They may go back to signing independent people and not these college athletes that are 22 years old. So we could see a lot of changes. Obviously, hopefully, I don't see it drastically changing soon, but by this time next year, WWE could look extremely different, not only in the way it's booked, but in the way it's filmed, in the way it's, produced.
Do you see potentially people coming back?
I do see that. I do see that. I see someone like Johnny Gargano, who was hesitant about going to the main roster just because of Vince, and he knew what would happen, could potentially come back and go to the main roster because he knows Triple H is in charge now. I could see a lot of the people who still haven't signed or who have signed elsewhere, but contracts maybe coming up, could come back now just because they have great relationships with Triple H. You hear Adam Cole talk about it. He still has a good relationship with Vince. Triple H.
I'll tell you what, maybe when that AEW contract comes up, we might get Undisputed Era back in main roster.
I'm telling you, I think Tony Khan, he's all, making these jokes on Twitter, but I think, and we'll get into him later, he better watch his back. Because now that Vince is gone, that was a lot of people's hesitations for going to WWE. And
Right.
another thing, Triple H is in charge of talent. So he's going to be signing people. And he's in charge of creative.
Exactly.
So he can essentially tell them how he's going to book them, and it actually happened.
Yeah.
Before, you didn't know with Vince, but if Triple H is in charge, he can tell them, look, you're going to be pushed there, here, here, here. This is going to be your first feud. This is what we're going to do with you. They're going to get to this point, and it could happen because it's Triple H signing them and then booking them. So, I don't know, man. The possibilities are endless for what could happen here, and I'm not like over the moon, like I'm gonna go crazy excited, but I'm also pretty excited for the future of WWE.
Oh, dude, I can't help it. I'm stoked.
Speaking of Vince McMahon, he did retire. A new report has come out from WWE themselves, because they put out a financial statement, because it's like in a new month and they're doing the thing. Apparently, they have uncovered $14.6 million in unrecorded expenses paid out by Chief Executive Vince McMahon. Said it will so they basically have to go through the expenses and change their like numbers because of this. But $14.6 million dating back to 2019 that he paid. That was apparently WWE money. This was not his money. This was not, I don't think this is the same money that came out for the NDAs that have been coming out. This is something different.
Right.
And you look at it, you know, $14.6 million that he paid. This is around 2019 is when they started doing these mass budget cuts and these mass firings. You know, something's fishy here.
Yeah.
But with all this being said, WWE stock is at an all-time high right now. It is sitting at $79, which is higher than it's been in the highest close since 2019. So it's up. A lot of people are saying that it's up because there are people thinking that this could lead to a sale of WWE with Vince McMahon being gone, because he might eventually be forced to sell his shares. I don't know what that would mean, if he would sell them to Stephanie and Triple H, or like no one would have the money to buy it outright. So it'd have to be a company or a group of people buying it. So I don't know what that would mean, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That could be interesting.
But yeah,
I would think as long as Stephanie and Triple H and Khan, as long as those three people are seen as good at what they're doing,
yeah,
I don't see anybody taking them out of those positions if they bought the company.
yeah. I think if anyone's gonna buy it, they're just gonna buy it as just like an investment. Like, you know, W makes a shit ton of money. They just buy it to make money off of it and not really care about what they do, honestly.
Right.
But that's all the news. We will get to more news when we talk about ROH final Death Before Dishonor, because we've got, boy, do we have some juicy details coming out about what happened there. But before we get to that, we got to talk about SmackDown and Rampage real quick. SmackDown kicked off with Stephanie, and basically led a "Thank you, Vince" chant, and that was it. Didn't say anything. She just basically came out and said, "Thanks, Vince. I love you, Dad," and then left. Street Profits came out. They started talking. They started talking about, you know, they're going to win the titles. And then Theory came out. This show, again, this show was, before it happened, the news came out that Brock Lesnar had left. And so everyone was watching the show to see what would happen. Spoiler alert, he came back.
Yeah.
So the first matchup was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ludwig Kaiser, a rematch from 2 weeks ago. Very good match. Ludwig gets the win thanks to Gunther. Gunther hit him in the face, and then Kaiser hit this weird ass DDT type maneuver to get the win. After the match,
It was the Velveteen Dream. It was the Velveteen Dream DDT.
Oh, that's what it was. I knew I'd seen it before. Yeah. After the match, they were standing on the ramp, and then Gunther gave him a chop anyway.
Yeah.
I guess because he couldn't get it done on his own. Ronda Rousey and Kayla and Liv Morgan had a face-to-face. You know, it was a Ronda Rousey promo. That's all I can say.
She kind of seemed into it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. McAfee cut a promo on Baron Corbin. He said Corbin had a herpes ass looking head. He gets to the announce table. Then we had the Viking Raiders versus Jinder Mahal and Shanky with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston on commentary. On commentary, by the way, because Vince wasn't there. Apparently, Xavier Woods felt he could say what he wanted. He mentioned that the Viking Raiders were ROH and New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. It's kind of weird hearing that on the WWE show. The Viking Raiders won by countout because they just Jinder and Shanky got counted out. So there you go.
Yeah. Do you think the Viking Raiders might finally win some gold?
Hopefully at some point. Jesus. I got to the back where Sonya Deville is making fun of Adam Pearce, and then he basically says, "You're wrestling Raquel Rodriguez tonight." Then we had a Sheamus promo with Drew McIntyre. He challenged him to a match.
I don't know what happened to Sheamus, but he was doing his work today.
He challenged him to an Irish Donnybrook fight. No disqualifications, no countouts, and basically, it's a Shillelagh match.
Yeah, first they called it a Donnybrook, then they called it a Shillelagh match, then they called it a Donnybrook. So I don't know.
But it's basically a Shillelagh match. No disqualification Shillelagh match. It's going to happen next week. Winner goes to, I guess this is finally they're going to do their number one contenders match. Drew's sword will be banned next week, but Shillelaghs and any other weapon are allowed. Yeah. Raquel Rodriguez beats Sonya Deville. Aaliyah and Lacey Evans were going to wrestle. Lacey Evans cut another promo and then beat up Aaliyah again. It's still no match. But next week, they said it's going to happen. So we'll see. Jeff Jarrett did a promo.
The Raquel Rodriguez match, I think she hurt Deville on that one-arm powerbomb.
Yeah, it
hard
looked
on
bad.
her side.
Yeah, it looked bad.
Yeah.
Then Jeff Jarrett cut a promo and basically said he's going to call it down the middle. They said they saw someone management needed someone they could trust. So again, we go with the guy who made a career out of hitting people with guitars.
And who also attacked a 70-whatever-year-old man on a YouTube video.
Yes, that too. And bloodied him up. Then we had the Usos and Theory versus the Street Profits and Madcap Moss. Well, before that, we had Maxine Dupri. Basically, he's the new talent director now. So I guess Max is gone. We've got rumors on this. Apparently,
there's a little bit of backstage heat here.
Yeah, apparently Vince, but again, that doesn't matter now. But apparently he was rubbing people the wrong way, and that they just didn't feel like he was getting over. So they replaced him with Maxine, who was in NXT with Von Wagner and Mr. Stone. So I guess that's over with now. We'll see now that Vince isn't there. Maybe he'll get brought back in. Maybe he'll go back to LA Knight. I don't know. But yeah, so he's gone. She's in. This 6-man tag happened. It's a 6-man tag eventually. Theory was like walking out, but then he ended up staying. I don't understand what happened here.
Yeah.
Anyway, Madcap Moss and the Street Profits win by disqualification after Theory used the briefcase on Moss. Then after the bell, Theory kept hitting Moss with the briefcase. It keeps going. And then Brock Lesnar came out.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar comes out with the cowboy hat and boots, and he just enters the ring. Lesnar charges against Theory, hits an F5, and then he beat the shit out of Theory with the briefcase. He hits him with another F5, and he walks away. And that was how SmackDown went off the air. I wish I could make Brock Lesnar money for doing as little as Brock Lesnar does.
I'm telling you.
Holy.
So apparently somebody there must have talked some sense into Brock and brought him back.
Well, I assume what happened was Brock is a hothead, and I assume he was caught off guard with the Vince McMahon news. He probably felt like he probably should have been informed. It's a pretty big deal in the company. He probably felt like, kind of like taken aback, and he left and had a moment, and then he decided to say, I guess I'll go back. He's a professional and did his job. Unlike other people who walked out and did not do their job. Just saying. At least he came back. Someone else who did their job was Johnathon Gresham.
Let's get into Rampage here.
Rampage kicked off with Adam Page and John Silver versus the Butcher and the Blade. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what happened in this match.
Page and Silver
won, but I don't remember anything that happened during this match. That's how boring I was. Yeah. It just nothing happened here.
I don't know. Hangman Page.
What a fall from grace.
I don't know if he's gonna be a main eventer anymore after this. I don't know.
What a fall from grace, man. He was world champion like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Less than that. Like 4 months ago?
Yeah, no, not that long ago.
And he's gone. All right. And then then we had Claudio Castagnoli come out and talk about ROH and Johnathon Gresham. Basically about how world championships have eluded him his whole career. It was a good promo. A lot of people said this was amazing. It wasn't amazing, but it was good.
Right.
Lee Moriarty versus Dante Martin. Lee Moriarty won, but he kind of cheated at the end, rolled him up and grabbed the ropes. Sylvia Hathaway was out there, and he tried to hand Moriarty a business card, but he kind of walked away. And then Matt Sydal challenged him to a match next week.
Should be interesting.
So I guess Lee Moriarty turned heel-ish. I don't know. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter defeated Sky Blue and Ashley DM Boys. Then we had the rap battle. Austin Gunn started off.
What do you think of the rap battle, Ron?
I mean, Austin Gunn started off good. He basically called out Caster's dad. And then Caster went and ripped him a new asshole. And then Gunn could not come out with something. So then I guess that means the Acclaim get to pick the match that they have, but then the Gunn Club just ended up beating their asses. So
yeah,
they hit him with trash cans, whatever. So it'll probably like a Street Fight or something. But it was fun. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe not been good as the Usos, the New Day rap battle, but it was good. Austin Gunn had a little bit of flow to him, And then we had Jay Lethal versus Christopher Daniels, a match that I didn't think I would see in 2022, but here we are. Daniels looked good for his age, but he is like 50, so it was a good, decent match. Jay Lethal gets the win, and then they just beat him out. They beat him down more after the match. I really felt like Samoa Joe was going to come out to make the save, but no, they just beat his ass, and then it was over.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe.
Where you been, man? That's their build up to Death Before Dishonor, where Jay Lethal will challenge Samoa Joe for the television title. Speaking of that, let's get into this show. But before the show started, backstage, apparently there was some heat and there was some drama between the ROH World Champion Johnathon Gresham and Tony Khan. Apparently there was a verbal disagreement between the two of them, which led to Johnathon Gresham cussing out Tony Khan and then basically right there asking for his release.
Right.
I don't blame Johnathon Gresham. I mean, look, he comes into the AEW. He was holding down ROH. He was like the man for this company. First thing they basically do is turn him heel, which was not needed, and it was like for no reason. Then they take his manager away. Tony.
We don't really know what happened with that yet, though. Yes. We don't know why Tully Blanchard got taken out. So I don't know what's going on with that.
On the pre-show, Prince Nana did a interview where he basically just said, I bought Tony Blanchard Enterprises. And that was it. So
I'm wondering if part of the verbal dispute had something to do with Tully Blanchard.
I don't know, man. I don't really know what it was about. I mean, Johnathon Gresham has not been booked really well by Tony Khan. Since he was signed, and I don't blame Johnathon Gresham. Like I said, he's held down, he's held down a ROH for a while, and then now he's kind of like an afterthought, like he comes in, he's the first match on this card. It was a world title match with absolutely no build to it at all. I mean, I can understand his frustration. Basically, it comes down to he was frustrated with the creative direction of his character. Specifically, he had been against the idea of turning heel. And he had a vision for his creative direction that Khan did not share. Apparently, he said that Gresham had apparently been told that creative changes had to go through Khan, but he was unable to meet with Khan before the show. And then when he finally did, I guess he lost his mind. So other people have, I mean, this is not a new thing. Other people have called out AEW in his form of not having any communication with AEW at all, like when they got fired, like Chavo and Marco and Joey Janela. They just were told, yeah, they couldn't get a hold of them or anything. So, I mean, this is not anything new. And again, this comes back to Tony Khan trying to do way too much on his own. He needs to hire some people to be talent relations. He needs to hire, and not wrestlers, not people who are currently on the roster. He needs to hire people who aren't active wrestlers to be involved with this. But yeah, so apparently, I don't know. So he did ask for his release. I don't know if he'll get it. But I would assume he's probably not coming back. On the pre-show, Colt Cabana defeated Anthony Henry, the Trust Busters, which is the weirdest group I've ever seen. Ari Daivari and Slim J, who I've never heard of in my life.
Yeah, apparently he was in ROH a long time ago.
He looked old, so yeah. They defeated Cheeseburger and Eli Isom. And then the Embassy, Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony defeated Alex Zane, Blake Christian, and Tony Deppen. So Brian Cage has been, again, still just doing pre-show matches. Willow Nightingale defeated Allison Kay. And then your main show kicked off with the World Championship match. Johnathon Gresham defending against Claudio Castagnoli. They let the World Champion...
It might have been another reason why this was opening match, was all the stuff going on backstage. And I knew something was up, Brian, because they did the Prince Nana thing, and he came out with the Gates of Agony and everything,
Yeah.
Well, then Johnathon Gresham came out, didn't even have his mask that he usually wears to the ring.
He was very you could tell something was up with his demeanor.
And I was like, okay, where's Prince Nana? And then after the match starts, Prince Nana comes walking down. So it's like Gresham was like, yeah, screw that. I'm not walking with him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So this match only went 11 minutes. And Claudio won. Again, this was the second shortest match on the entire main card.
Yeah.
Something happened there. I mean, if this was the plan all along, I would be pissed if I was Johnathon Gresham. Of course I'd be mad. I mean, he's been the champion forever, and then this is what they give you, an 11-minute match to open the show?
Yeah, I don't think this was I don't know about that being the plan, but I think this was the fallout of whatever happened backstage.
But so we have a new world champion, Claudio Castagnoli. We did do predictions for this. Spoiler alert, Nathan kicked my ass. So you got 6 points there for Claudio. I went with Gresham. If I would have known all this before, I would not have done that. The second match was the 6-man title match. Dalton Castle and the boys going up against the Righteous, who were defending it. I didn't think this through when I picked the Righteous. Obviously, Dalton Castle and the boys were going to win. The Righteous is kind of split with Vincent being in Impact and I don't know what they're going to do with Bateman and Dutch. Very quick match. This one was the shortest match on the main card. Dalton Castle and the boys get the win. That's 3 more points for you. I only got 2 matches right. I'm just going to throw that out there, people. Next matchup. It's for the Pure Wrestling Championship, Pure Wrestling Rules. Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia. What do you think of this one, Nathan?
I think it was a good match. They didn't play into the pure rules as much as I thought they would.
They had what one rope break the entire match?
Yeah, one rope break. They really didn't. I thought maybe they'd play into the fact that Daniel Garcia hadn't been in one of these, and he would like try to throw some punches, which you're not allowed to do, you know.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they'd play into it, but they really didn't.
No, this was just a basic match. It was good, but yeah, they didn't play into the pure rules at all, really. And they didn't have, Garcia basically before this match said he was going to win and then take the title back to Dynamite and smash it in a million pieces. But Wheeler Yuta does get the win, retains the title. So a big night for the Blackpool Combat Club. They now have 3 championships in their group. Also, the Blackpool Combat Club, it was announced that on the Dynamite, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson will be making his return to the ring against Daniel Garcia because fuck me. Why?
Yeah, Daniel Garcia is gonna keep getting destroyed, apparently.
What? But why do they keep pushing this dude? They've been pushing him for a year, and it's gone nowhere.
Who, Daniel Garcia?
Yeah, like no one wants to see this guy get all these main event matches and stuff. Like,
I mean, he's all right.
He's got no personality at all.
Well, I did like the finish of this pure match because he went for he had him in the sharpshooter that he uses. But when he uses a sharpshooter, he leans back with it.
Yeah.
And when he leaned back with it, Wheeler Yuta caught him in the bulldog choke, which helped him get the win. So that was pretty cool.
It was a pretty inventive ending, yes. Then we had a match that we did not predict because we did not know it was going to happen. Roosh versus Dragon Lee, brother versus brother. Other than a good match. Other than the 2 out of 3 false matches, was my favorite match on the show. This match ruled. These two took some chances that were insane. They beat the shit out of each other. Roosh does end up getting the win. And I guess because of that, he gets the challenge for the AEW World title because fuck the rankings.
Yeah, he's on a 10-match winning streak, but not in AEW. Just 10 matches like
and that's their explanation for him getting a title shot. When has that mattered? When has wrestling in other companies mattered towards the rankings? It didn't until it matters for this purpose. Their rankings mean nothing. They need to come out and say their rankings mean nothing.
I don't like this, honestly, because I think Roosh needs to keep getting pushed and have him fight the champion.
They do this all the time.
He's probably going to lose, so... Yeah,
they do this all the time. They get a guy, and he's on like a little bit of a run, and then they put him against a champion, and he loses. They do this all the time. And I don't understand it. But yeah, so due to his wins elsewhere, because he's only had one fucking match in AEW, he's getting a world title match.
Interesting.
Make sense, because it makes no sense to me. Mercedes Martinez defended the ROH World Women's Championship against Serena Deeb. This was a match.
It wasn't great.
I think this one went way too long. They gave them 17 minutes. That seemed to be too long for me. It was not great. Martinez wins. I got one right.
Yeah.
One of 2 that I got right. But yeah, Martinez gets the win. This wasn't great. I kind of figured it wasn't going to be either. Neither one of them are, I don't know. They're both good wrestlers, but they just don't click together.
There might be a reason why neither one of them were on the main roster of WWE.
Yeah, probably. Well, Mercedes she was in Retribution for a week. The ROH World Television title, Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal. There was no code of honor in this match. Jay Lethal attacked Samoa Joe. They just fought in the ramp all around the ring for minutes before the match even started. Once the match started, it was a pretty good match for Joe being over 300 pounds now and clearly not in the best shape. He was huffing towards the end of this thing.
Yeah.
But he did get the win, and Joe ended up choking out Jay Lethal to retain, which was shocking. You got that right, but I really did not think Joe was going to win.
Yep.
So you basically, the only match you missed was the 1-pointer. Yeah. You got it, everyone. This is insane. This was just a drubbing. And your main events, 2 out of 3 falls for the ROH World Titles, Tag Team Championships, FTR versus the Briscoe Brothers. Man, oh man, oh man. Whew.
Yeah, this one was rough, dude. They hit 2 what was the LOD's finisher?
Doomsday device.
Yeah, they hit 2 of those. One of them, Dax Harwood landed on his head.
Yeah, that was nasty, dude.
Yeah. This was a good match though, back and forth.
Briscoe Brothers got the first win. Apparently, the Briscoe Brothers they went on a tear there where they won 5 2 out of 3 falls matches in a row with 2 straight falls. So everyone was saying this is their match.
Right.
They got the first fall off the Doomsday device. The FTR ended up getting the second fall, so we were 1-1. They hit some stuff in this match, man. This was a fantastic tag team match. I don't know if it was better than their first match. I know a lot of people said it was, but their first match was so good, but this one was right up there with it.
I tell you what, I liked how it ended. It ended out of nowhere.
Yeah, with a middle rope pile driver.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Holy crap. Cash Wheel or Dax Harwood hit a middle rope pile driver on the Briscoes to win. This was crazy all throughout. Like, you didn't know who was going to win, and this and the Roosh match were the only 2 matches that I really kept me interested and the best matches on the show. Everything else was kind of wasn't a lot of great matches on the show, but those 2 matches alone were great. This match was insane. I understand why it got the main event, but putting the world title match first was really weird. Yeah. This went 43 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. So FTR retained. We both predicted that, even though the Briscoes are going to be in ROH. So I don't know what they do now. I don't know what ROH does because they still don't have a fucking show. These pay-per-views are good, but it's like, what do you do? Like, they just do a pay-per-view every couple months here, and then they
definitely got to get that show soon. So hopefully he pulls something out.
Yeah, I'm hoping they have a show because it's weird to have a pay-per-view every once in a while, have no build except on Dynamite and Rampage. And then it comes to, is Tony Khan going to be able to, he's booking it. He came out and said, I'm booking Raw or I'm booking ROH.
Yeah.
Right now it's easy to do. They're all kind of jumbled together on Rampage, on Dynamite,
Yeah.
How is he going to be able to do this when he's got Rampage, Dynamite, and then an ROH show? Not in the same place, all over the country, both traveling, both doing. He's gonna burn himself out.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. I think you put Colt Cabana in charge of ROH, or someone that he trusts to be in charge of ROH. And
I think that'd be
them run it, have him, be like a Vince with final say. But ROH doesn't really do crazy storylines. They're not the storyline company. So you don't really need a lot to creative, but it's still booking wise. I don't know where they go now. Claudio's the champion. Almost every champion in their company is technically an AEW wrestler. So I don't know how that works when the rosters when they actually have their own rosters. Is it still going to be where we got people jumping back and forth? Is it going to be a defined ROH roster? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird.
It is going to be weird, Ryan. Let's finish this off with one more thing, and that is we do have predictions going right now for the G1, and I think we had 1 or 2 more nights.
I think it's 2 more. Let me see here. Let's go through this and see where we're at here. We ended on night 3, right? Or did we do night?
I think so, yeah.
4.
I think we did night 4.
Yeah, night 4. No, because night 4 happened on Saturday, so we wouldn't have done that.
Oh, okay.
We only did, I think, 3 nights. So, night 4, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Aaron Hanare and C Block by submission. Right. Shingo Takagi defeated Yoshihashi by pinfall and D Block. Kazuchika Okada defeated Toru Yano, of course, by submission in A block. And Jay White defeated Tomohiro Ishii in B block by pinfall. So White is 2-0 right now.
Who'd you say got beat? Takagi, man. Hey, is he 0-2?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my God, what happened to my Takagi? He was my favorite.
I picked him to win the whole damn block too. So
he's got to make a major comeback.
Night 5 took place in Ota, Japan. We had El Phantasmo defeat Yojihiro Takahashi in D block by pinfall. Sonata defeated Taichi by pinfall in B block. Jeff Cobb defeated Bad Luck Fale in A block by pinfall. And
wow, that's a big win.
He beat him in 7 minutes.
Wow.
Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Tetsuya Naito by pinfall in C block. I'm pretty sure Naito's 0-2 too.
Oh my God, Naito's 0-2?
So here is the standings. In block A, Okada has 4. Yano, Bad Luck Fale, and Jeff Cobb have 2. Most of the people have not wrestled in that block yet, though.
Right.
B block, Jay White has 4. Taichi, Tamatanga, and Sonata have 2. Everyone else has no points. In C block, Zack Sabre Jr. has 4. Hanare, Goto, and Tanahashi have 2. Meanwhile, Kenta, Naito, and Evil have 0 points. And in D block, Ospreay, Juice Robinson, Takahashi, Takagi, and El Phantasmo all have 2 points.
Wow.
So Takagi does have 1 win.
Okay, so he did win last week.
He won on like night 1 or something, or night 2 or something. Okay. He won on night.
Naito.
He beat. Well, I don't know where he won, but yeah, he did get a win. Yeah, Naito is 0-2.
0-2. Is this going to be his new story where he loses every match in this thing and goes on like a fucking tirade or what?
Yeah, I don't know. He lost to Tanahashi and Goto so far.
Can't believe he lost to Goto. What the fuck?
But yeah, Lawler still has not wrestled a match. Okan still has not wrestled. Everybody in C blocks had at least 1 match. And in D block, everybody's wrestled at least 1 match. So we've still got 2 people. Lawler has not wrestled in A block, and Okan has not wrestled in B block yet.
Right. So what do you think of the G1, Ryan? You like it?
It's different. I mean, it's cool. If you skip all the matches that don't mean anything, it doesn't take too long.
I feel like the WWE needs to do one of these kind of things.
I just don't know if an American audience would really fully understand it, especially a WWE audience. They'd have to remind you every fucking 2 minutes of how this works.
They're good at that crap. So.
But yeah, this should be the new King of the Ring. Should do this.
Oh yeah. All right, I think that's gonna do it, right?
A short one this week or this show. Not a lot happened. We had a lot of wrestling news, not much video games. We will see you on Thursday morning, though, with another episode. We're going to be doing another fantasy booking and also another history of video games. So make sure to check that out. As always, you can follow us on the Twitter, the Instagram, the TikTok, and the YouTube at Sabri ENT for all the latest updates and news. Thank you for listening. This is Nathan. I am Ryan, reminding you to always hit your spots and set your scores.
Later.